Dear colleagues and friends, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to address the respectable audience of this, I would say, Jubilee Conference on Sustainable Developments of Energy, Water and Environmental Systems. I am particularly pleased that the opening session is dedicated to late Professor Naim Afgan, a member of the Academy of Sciences and Arts of Bosnia and Herzegovina, a native of Bosnia, born in Banja Luka, and the founder of SDEWES. Naim will be remembered by many as one of the pioneers and doyens in the sustainability and resilience concepts in the region of former Yugoslavia. And I feel also happy that this event is held, at least formally, in my native city of Sarajevo, though sadly only virtually, under the exceptional circumstances which prevented many participants from being physically present. I said it's a jubilee event, we may say SDEWES 20 plus 20, because this conference was inaugurated almost precisely 20 years ago at a meeting of few enthusiasts and activists in spring of 2000 in Dubrovnik. And this conference happens to be the 20th in the series under the same name. Over the past 2 decades, the conference has grown and evolved beyond any expectation at an amazing pace, justifying fully the initiation and proving that the organizers were really on the right track. The raison d'etre behind the topic of sustainability and the conference title, recognized as highly relevant and important already at that time, has remained uncontested until the present days. Much has been said about the utmost importance, threats, and urgency of ensuring the sustainability of our world, as we all know that infinite growth on a finite planet is not possible. But I will quote at least one wise thought summarizing the essence, strangely attributed to the French poet and philosopher Paul Valéry, who said, though in a different context, the future is not what it used to be. The SDEWES conference series has certainly increased the world awareness of the sustainability threats and contributed in various ways towards their mitigation. Because this is the 20th anniversary event, it might be appropriate to say a few words on how it all began and why in Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik has long been a favorite place for various gatherings, political, cultural, professional, scientific and others, but also it was a traditional venue for hosting conferences and events organized by the International Center for Heat and Mass Transfer, which in fact triggered the idea to begin with the SDEWES events. The ICHMT was founded in 1968 in the Nuclear Institute Boris Kirlic in Vinča near Belgrade to serve as a neutral platform for meeting of scientists from East and West in the midst of the Cold War in late 50s and 60s, early 60s in last century. At that time, two emerging technologies, the nuclear energy and space exploration, were both faced with enormous problems of extracting and managing huge amount of heat. American, British and French scientists on one side and Russian on the other were researching the problem intensively but with almost no direct communication. Some visionaries in the Vinča Institute, led by Naim Afgan and late Zoran Zajic, came to the idea of bringing the two parties to a neutral terrain, the non-allied Yugoslavia. Supported by a number of distinguished personalities of the time from both parts of the world, they founded an organization under the name of International Center for Heat and Mass Transfer, ICHMT, with Zoran Zajic as the Secretary General and Naim Afgan as the Scientific Secretary. The first two conferences were held in Herzegovina, in Montenegro in 1968 and 1969, but the venue moved soon to Dubrovnik, which subsequently hosted dozens of meetings of various kinds and levels, conferences, seminars, summer schools. The war in former Yugoslavia in 1990 broke that activity, and the center was moved in 1993 to the Middle East Technical University in Ankara, where it still operates. As said, the idea for this event, though not exactly on the present topic, was born among the functionaries of the ICHMT. Some may ask, what is H&MT, or heat and mass transfer, to do with sustainability? Well, I'm sure many of you will find the connection. As heat, mass and momentum transport is in the core of most processes of energy conversion, water management and environment protection. In 1999, at a meeting of the Executive Committee of ICHMT, I was asked about the situation in the post-war Croatia and of the prospects for reviving the tradition of organizing some meetings in Dubrovnik. I communicated here with Naim Afgan in Belgrade, who recommended to contact Professor Željko Bogdan from Zagreb. With few colleagues, among whom I remember Professor Ores Fabris from Split and Branko Ijas from Energetika Marketing in Zagreb, we met in Dubrovnik in the spring of 2000 and discussed the ideas, the topic, the scope, format of a possible event. Naim could not come, but in the next few months the concept and the title was crystallized with a major input from Naim. A number of junior colleagues joined: Neven Dujic, Nikola Ružinski, and Goran Kračić from the University of Zagreb, Adam Bar Cohen from Minneapolis, Maria Grazia Carvalho from Lisbon, Gian Pietro Celata from Rome, Andreas Carter from Hamburg, Luis Serra from Zaragoza, Lene Vidal from CEA Grenoble, and the SDEWES was born with its first conference held in Dubrovnik in June 2002. As we all well know, the event has emerged into one of the most prominent, influential and widely recognized global gathering of scientists, engineers and experts of varied profiles from all over the world, active in and concerned with the destiny of our planet, especially of its major commodities, energy, water and the environment. I'm convinced that I share view of all, that its success should be credited primarily to the enormous, dedicated and enduring effort of the chairman, Professor Neven Dujic. His co-chairs, members of the organizing committee and the International Scientific Advisory Board, and last but not least to the staff of the conference series and the SDEWES Center. I hereby express my sincere congratulations and appreciation to all of them. And of course, a tribute and gratitude go to late Professor Naim Afgan, whose vision, professional integrity, and above all, his enthusiasm and energy will long be remembered and will serve as inspiration to emerging generations to strive for the fulfillment of his sustainability and resilience goals. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a very fruitful, enjoyable and fulfilling virtual meeting. Thank you.